Hey guys, back again. I'm in the video making mood if you haven't noticed. Anyway, I want to talk about getting out in the big wide world and facing your targeting head on. So one of their goals, of course, is to isolate the target so that their attacks are more effective. Not just to a home, but to a specific room, and most likely preferably a bed where you don't even get out and start the day and begin to look after yourself. But we cannot afford to get pinned down ruminating about potential threats. It'll only compound and can become a real crippling issue. Now, I was absolutely in this position. I just didn't want to be around these freaks. They were absolutely exhausting. I just didn't want any part of the outside world. And I'm talking about some of the smaller things like going to the letterbox, putting your bin out every fortnight. That was just too much. It was too overwhelming. So after realising how incredibly unhealthy that was and that they're just going to have their way with me, I decided to do something about it. So what did I do? I just went, fuck it. And I got out there and I let them saturate my environment with stalkers. I let them saturate my environment with stalkers to the point where the sensitisation started to diminish. I would go to busy areas and sit on park benches watching these idiots bumble their scripts and miss their cues. I'd even be aware of handlers directing the street theatre choreography. But I sat and I watched. I noticed that the psyops in street theatre were all too familiar. They were lame, they were lacking in creativity, not worth my attention. I noticed that the perpetrators were confused, miserable wretches, not worth my attention. In fact, the whole circus was just pathetic and certainly nothing to be afraid of. Anyway, that's a little on how I broke out of perceived forced isolation. It absolutely worked for me. Like I said, it helped desensitize me to a lot of the stimuli that they were using. I really got a good look at how things play out, how it's organised, and I think it's absolutely worthwhile if you can muster the courage to do so. Like I said, it's not as scary as you believe, and things may be manifesting in your head that are making it a lot worse. And the longer you go, the worse it'll get. Trust me on that. Anyway, good on you guys. I'll be back shortly.